Okay, I'm looking at section 2, part 2, section A. Tell us about a treasured tradition that is shared among your family, in your community, and group of friends. I think the first thing that comes to mind for me is my mom's turkey wild rice soup. After we do the Thanksgiving turkey, we make stock out of the carcass and various vegetables and whatnot. And it's fantastic. And we always sort of dream of it. I think there's a point where people get excited about Thanksgiving in my general family and community more for that soup than they do for the turkey itself. So we've always done that, and it's something that my mom taught me how to make, and that now my friends sort of do the same thing. They come over, we make it, and I've taught a bunch of my friends how to make it. And I have friends, who a neighbor down the street, Amandeep Jawa. He's this guy who works on iTunes, and Kelly's my husband's best friend. And he's just like, I can't cook, I'm hopeless, but like I have this turkey carcass, and can I bring the carcass to your house and you make it into soup for me? Just tell me what to do. So even like, it's this weird idea that like now even people who can't cook sort of come to me with their turkey carcasses the day after, and it becomes this giant boiling deliciousness for days in my stove. And it's fun. And I think it's part of what's fun about teaching my friends to do it is the way that we riff on things. I have a lot of food nerd friends, and so one of my favorite things is to kind of call up someone like my friend Erica, she's an amazing chef, and just be like, all right. So what did you do? Oh, nothing. Like, no, you tweaked it. You did something. Tell me. Oh, well, actually, I did this amazing, and she'll have switched some herbs or added some gremolata, or she'll have done something to it to make it her own, and then I'll steal it back. So the tradition has definitely evolved over time as well. And it sadly, like with my mom, she doesn't like they're camp hosts now at a state park. So they're in a trailer, and my mom does not have patience and time for that tiny kitchen. So she still makes it, but it's actually become sort of, like the cheat version where like, well, I just used stock from a box, and I just used like a turkey breast from the deli, and she came over one time and ate mine. She hadn't had it in a couple of years. She's like, oh my God, yours is so good. And she just realized that how hers over time had sort of gotten worse and worse. She sort of cut a corner here, cut a corner there, cut a corner there, and hadn't really noticed how bad it had got until she tasted the real deal. So it's kind of fun that like someone she gave the tradition to sort of brought it back to its home place for her and reminded her what it was. So I love all that first full circle crap that's in that. So that's definitely my thing. At some point, though, it's like all these traditions, I love them because I asked my mom one day, I was like, so did grandma make this soup? Like, where does this actually come from? And she was like, oh no, it's just this truck stop on I-5 that we used to stop at, made this good soup. And I loved it so much, I asked them for the recipe one day and they gave it to me. So like, this is something she hasn't been doing since before maybe the age of 30. I thought it was this long time, like great grandmother, on her side, like brought it with her from Manitoba or I don't know what. And so, no, it came from a truck stop. And to me, that's perfect. That's like the best kind of tradition. So I think in terms of preserving it, I mean, yeah, I've taught it to a ton of people already, and people are already asking me about it, and it's a month out. So I think it sort of lives as this idea amongst all of our friends, and I love that it's kind of like almost like a computer virus, only it's like a mental version of that. The only thing I missed, I think, in here was what role does tradition play in your life? I think only as much as it's fun. I mean, we just got married not long ago, 3 years ago, and I think it's kind of, you understand as a gay person who's been shut out from marriage and its institution for so long that tradition is kind of your bitch, not the other way around. I mean, I hate to put it that way, but it's so many people I've seen growing up like got flogged with tradition by their mothers and their mothers-in-law and their churches and whatnot getting married because, oh, well, this is the way you're supposed to do it, and you're always bound by all their rules. And like, for us being just completely excommunicated from that and cut off from it, it's nice to come back to tradition and go, well, no, I like this one and this one and this one and this one, and I'm going to take those. I'm going to throw them into my wedding because no one can tell me I can't. And now it's nice that like it's something that we can, like, it's like a buffet of traditions, right? You just go pick up a little bit of things and take what you want. And I think that's kind of how it should be. I mean, tradition is something, it should have a place in your life because it earned a place in your life, not because it was just thrown at you or shoved down your throat. And I also don't believe in this trend of like nostalgia for crap. I'm sorry, that's some sort of weird, I'm not nostalgic for White Castle or macaroni and cheese out of a box. Like, just because I ate it when I was a kid and we were broke or whatever, that's no reason to get excited about it. It's just, if it was crap, it was crap. Just no. I'm sorry. I had to put that in there. But as far as the tradition goes, if it's something that everyone loves and makes you happy, then I'm going to keep doing it, because there are nice things that sort of repeat. And I mean, a lot of mine are food, but I mean, I had this cranberry salsa I make I'm already getting inquiries about. And then we do trip things too. I mean, we travel, we go to Puerto Vallarta every year. And it's nice to know that I'm going to see the same people every year. I mean, I love new things too, but like, there's a powerfulness or a power to like knowing I'm going to go back and see Oscar again and see Tina again and see all these people who live there who I love. And it's a different kind of satisfaction than the one you get from traveling someplace new. I think that's all of it. Thanks. Bye.